I'm Noddy.
It was a windy day in Toy Town. The milkman was flying up the garden path. Whoa! Hello, Noddy. 1 pint or 2? He called. Hang on to your hat. But it was too late. 1 pint, please, Noddy shouted as he galloped after it.
Ruff, ruff.
Oh, thank you, Bumpy, Noddy said. As a reward, you can come for a ride in my car.
Ruff, 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 ruff.
Noddy was staring with delight at the poster. A fair! There were going to be roundabouts and swings and coconut shies and lucky dips. Oh, I must go. I must go, he thought, and ran to tell Bumpy. And then he stopped. For there, pencil and notebook in hand, looking very angry indeed, was Mr. Plod.
Subsection 6 of Toy Town Traffic Act, he said, states quite clearly that no person may leave a car empty on a corner.
How can no person leave a car empty? Noddy asked.
Oh, well, are you questioning the law?
Of course not, Noddy said. Kindly let me get in and I'll drive it away.
That's where you're mistaken, young fella, me lad. I will drive it away to the police station for 1 week.
And Mr. Plod firmly clasped the steering wheel. Then the wind took a hand. A strong gust blew Mr. Plod's helmet off his head and rolled it down the road. For a moment, Mr. Plod hesitated.
Oh, oi.
Then he galloped after it. Noddy was in his car and away.
Come on. Oh, come back here. Come here. Oi, will you come here?
Tessie was weeding Mr. Bear's garden. Hello, Noddy called. Here, there's a fair on in Mr. Straw's field. Will you come with me later on? Ooh, I'd love to, Tessie said. Noddy's first passenger was Mrs. Noah. I hope you've got room for all this shopping, Noddy. What with the wind and the weight of the monkey nuts, I'll never get home. I seem to do nothing but shop. It's those animals, you know, bless them. They eat so much. I'll soon get you there. Whoops. Noddy had seen Mr. Plod. I'll have to drive fast if you don't mind, he warned Mrs. Noah. I have an urgent matter to attend to. They sped to the yard. I'll get Noah to help us unload. It was while Noddy was waiting that he saw 2 paws appear on the side of the car. Oh, it's you, is it? He said when he saw Bumpy. Fine mess you've got me into, deserting my car.
Ruff, ruff, ruff.
It wasn't his fault. He helped Mr. Wobbly Man catch his hat. It's such a windy day.
Mr. Noah said. Oh, then you're a good dog, Noddy said. You can get into my car again.
Ruff.
Bumpy didn't need asking twice. We won't go near the market square, Noddy said. It's safer here. But it wasn't all that safe. The wind was after Noddy's hat again. Off Noddy's head, over the car, over the hedge, and into a field. Oh, what am I going to do now, Bumpy? That's Mr. Jumbo's field, and he keeps a fierce goat.
Ruff.
Bumpy was under the hedge and into the field, and there, in the middle, was Noddy's hat. The goat looked up with interest. A hat for breakfast. What an unexpected treat. But Bumpy was there first. He stood facing the goat, growling furiously. Noddy's hat firmly in his jaws. The goat put his head down and charged, but Bumpy, quick as a flash, twisted aside and was out of the field. And the goat landed up in the hedge. Well done, Bumpy. Noddy put his arms round him. You can come to the fair with us. Oh, Bumpy, it's more down than up with you. Ooh, I am hungry. Let's go home for some food. There was someone waiting for Noddy. Someone big, someone fat, someone with a notebook and pencil in hand, someone without a helmet, someone who was after Noddy's car. Noddy didn't dare stop. Instead, he whispered into Bumpy's ear, and Bumpy trotted off. He was soon back, Tessie Bear in tow. Hey, jump in quick, Noddy whispered. We're off to the fair. Mr. Plod hadn't even noticed. What fun! What fun! Noddy and Tessie were whirling around. Look at my giraffe, Noddy called to the Skittle children. And my dog, Tessie added. The Skittle children ran round and round, trying to keep up with Noddy and Tessie. You'll have to get some pennies, Noddy shouted. At last, their turn was over. Oh, I wish it had gone on forever, Noddy sighed. Oh, no! Bumpy had found them. Oh, Bumpy, why don't you go and do something useful? This time, the wind caught Tessie's bonnet. Oh, dear, she cried. My best hat. Oh, thank you, Bumpy, Tessie said, as he returned triumphant. I'll buy you a bun for that. Tessie and Noddy were on the swings. I can see Toy Town, Noddy called. And I can see Mr. Monkey and the Skittles and Mr. Wobbly Man and... Noddy nearly fell off. Mr. Plod, coming in at the gate. The wind had caught Mr. Plod's helmet, and Bumpy was in hot pursuit. He's caught it, Noddy called. Where's he taking it? Bumpy had no intention of taking Mr. Plod's helmet back to Mr. Plod. He and the helmet disappeared.
Where is my helmet? Eh? Eh? Who has got my helmet, eh?
But no one had seen it. Tessie and Noddy slipped quietly off the swings towards the coconut shy. There's Mr. Plod, Noddy shouted. But it wasn't Mr. Plod. It was Mr. Plod's helmet, and it was sitting on a coconut, and the coconut had been painted to look like Mr. Plod. Let's have a go at the coconuts, Noddy said. Penny, please. Can't understand why so many people wouldn't knock off that helmet. Can't understand it at all. I can, said Noddy, and he threw a wooden ball straight at Mr. Plod's helmet. Down it went. The Skittle children cheered. Hooray! 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 May I have that coconut painted with Mr. Plod's face? Noddy asked. After all, I did knock the helmet off. Afraid not, said the owner. Makes too much money for me. All of Toy Town wants to go. I'll bet they do. Big Ears had come to the fair.
Mr. Plod is at this very moment taking the steering wheel off your car.
Oh, no, he's not, Noddy said, and was gone. But he was too late. Mr. Plod was sitting on the roundabout, and tucked under his arm was Noddy's steering wheel. Noddy marched up to the roundabout man. I'd like to give Mr. Plod a special treat, he told him. Please give him the longest ride anyone has ever had.
It's all right by me, the roundabout man said. But I want me a sandwich and coffee, see?
That's all right. I'll look after it for you. Mr. Plod was enjoying himself. He liked the big elephant he was sitting on, and the music, and the people whirling by. Though the roundabout did seem to be going rather fast. Mr. Plod clung to his elephant. It was going faster and faster, faster and faster.
Oi, 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 I say, oi, slow down,
Mr. Plod called. But the roundabout went faster than ever.
Oi, didn't you hear what I said? I said, slow down.
Mr. Plod didn't notice that he'd dropped something, but Noddy had.
What do you think you're up to?
The roundabout man had reappeared, looking very cross. He soon stopped it going round. Mr. Plod tumbled off.
Oh, I feel like a roundabout myself. Oh dear. Oh.
Then he saw Noddy and the steering wheel.
I'll put you in prison.
He gasped giddily. Then he felt two warm, furry arms round his neck and a voice whispering in his ear. And slowly, Mr. Plod's stern features broke into a smile.
All right, Tessie. Just this once I am prepared to waive the law and make a compromise.
Bumpy, Tessie called. And there was Bumpy with Mr. Plod's helmet.
Yeah, well, oh, that's better,
he said as he settled it on his head. That's better, Noddy said as he fixed the steering wheel. And he and Tessie drove back to Toy Town. And as they drove, they sang.
It's been a lovely day, now we have to go away, but we'll see you very soon in Toy Town. We'll be back another day, come and join us so we may see you very soon again in Toy Town. It's been a lovely day, now we have to go away, but we'll see you very soon in Toy Town. We'll be back another